Hey everyone, how are you doing today? Today is Tuesday. Come on in. Oh my goodness, it's so good to be here. I did not do what did I do? Oh well, Fun Day Friday. I was supposed to do Fun Day Friday, didn't do Fun Day Friday because I hope you all had a great weekend. How was your weekend and everything? Come on in, go in the kitchen. I made some like I want it's like a little stir fry, I would say. I got motivated and inspired by my sister. She had cooked it yesterday. And so I wanted to go get me some. So I went out and bought me some bell pepper, a green and red bell pepper, chili pepper, and one of them red little smaller peppers, onion. Um, I did a zucchini, and I cut up some broccoli and squeezed some fresh lemon juice in there, and then did simmer some boneless chicken breasts. Chopped it up, mixed it up. Then I did some rice, and I turned it yellow with some. What is the name of this stuff? Some of this turmeric stuff and everything. Yeah, I had. She had motivated me to cook some of that. Yes, cause see, I had called her yesterday. Did she call me? I think she had called me yesterday. It was either she called me or I called her. She in the kitchen all dressed up and everything with her blouse. I'm like, what are you doing? She talking about I'm in the kitchen cooking me some salt, and I'm asking like, where are the cameras at? Because I thought she was filming a cooking show. Because she was actually, dressed up in the kitchen cooking. So I got inspired today to cook me some. But anyway, go in there, make yourself at home, and fix you a plate. Don't make no mess neither, because I already got it. Do some of y'all want to say and clean up, wash up some of these dishes? Anywho, well, this weekend I was invited to a barbecue, and by me being invited to the barbecue, it was Saturday, but I was told about the barbecue in advance, but I just wasn't given a date because the Bradshaws did not. Well, one of the people, I won't say the Bradshaws. So the Bradshaws invited me to a barbecue on Saturday, their barbecue. So it was a nice barbecue. It was, I will say some of the stuff I really can't say because just in case somebody want to pull this video, especially with what the time that while I was getting to the barbecue and how I cut the time in half, how I cut shave some of the time off, and some of the stuff I was doing on the interstate. Then I don't put my car on display. Anyway, so y'all do be mindful what I say on the internet. For those of you that think I don't. So I was invited to the Bradshaws barbecue. They invited me. Me. They invited me. So it was wonderful. Pulled up to their beautiful home. There were some people there I know, and I'm gonna tell y'all the surprise person that was there. So I pulls up there, and guess who greet me at the door? This ain't even her house. Rhonda come greet me at the door. Hi, hi, Larry. I say, here she go with this white woman voice, like she at work with the professionals. Hi, Larry. How are you? You're here. And I say, Rhonda, what's she doing here? I already knew she was gonna be there. So I get in there, and let me pull up my little list before I be done forgot some of this stuff that I was gonna say. So I get in there, I get introduced to everyone, and of course, I'm just chilling. I'm not in content mode. I'm not in record mode. So I'm just chilling. Well, so I'm just sitting there just chilling. Rhonda gonna tell all them people, um, Just to let y'all know, he gonna use y'all for content. He ain't gonna say your names. He just gonna use different names. So I was introduced to Miss Bradshaw's mom and the sisters, the aunt, and I'm sitting up there looking at her like I'm not even in no content mode of thinking. So she done told these folks that she done made a PSA to these people. He gonna use y'all for content, not just once. She did it twice. I moved to the table. I was sitting at the table. Me and Miss Bradshaw, we talking. Cause Mr. Bradshaw, he's out on the grill. She tell Miss Bradshaw, Mama, oh, he gonna use it for content. So Miss Bradshaw mom, so she tells Miss Bradshaw mom, um, she tells her, yeah, he gonna use it for content. So Miss Bradshaw mom says, oh. Then she said, "Oh, she gonna change." And I'm like, "Why are you telling these people I'm gonna use them?" I'm like, "I'm just chilling for now. That's what I'm doing. I'm just chilling." And also, I'm being cognizant because this is my first time at the Bradshaw's home. These people have invited me into their lovely home, and now I thought I just cut their air conditioner off. I'm like, I just cut this out. But anyway, but I'm like, these people have invited me to their lovely home and everything. And so I'm just trying to be mindful because when I do content, especially with certain things, I try to be mindful what I say because everybody don't want to be involved in content. So she announces that I'm gonna use them for content. So y'all think that I'm bad. I try to be, lenient. Miss Bradshaw. Miss Bradshaw is times worse than me. Miss Bradshaw, every little thing Miss Bradshaw was like, they're gonna use some content. And I'm sitting over here, I'm like, no, I don't want to do this. I'm really saying this in my head, but I'm saying no, because this is my first time here. I don't want to be like doing content of every Miss Bradshaw didn't care. Miss Bradshaw was like, they're gonna use some content right there. There goes some content right there. Content. I'm like, do I have an executive producer that's behind me? Because she sure was like, they're gonna use some content right there. I mean, every little thing she did not care. I don't think Miss Bradshaw cared if I could flip my camera on and record that whole barbecue. So I was sitting up there after Rhonda done made the PSA, I don't know how many times, so people know now. So they had there was some babies came in. Well, one of the little babies, she was like a year and some change old. I was like, look at you, look at you. That little girl, she looked at me just like this. I'm looking at this little girl like, where did y'all get this child from? How she gonna look me up and down like that? Like, really? It was like, she was like, who the H are you? You coming up in my face. I don't know you. And I'm sitting up here like, and I'm still stunned because I'm like, why that little girl look me? When I tell you that little girl looked me up and down like an adult would look somebody up and down like, that's how that little girl looked me up and down. And I'm sitting up there like, oh my goodness. Let me get out this little girl face because this is Miss Energizer Bunny right here. So then we goes over to the little boy. The little boy, they had the little boy. He's about 5, 7 months old. That little boy eating up everything. They start feeding that little boy graham cracker, waffle sandwiches, and I'm like, this is a little baby. He didn't have no teeth because I looked all in his mouth, just like I looked all in another child's mouth that was born because they had it all wide open. So I said, this that little baby don't have any teeth. It's only 5, 7 months old now. They feeding that little baby was eating waffle sandwiches. Now I'm not exaggerating on that. I'm just saying what the little boy was eating. They were feeding the little boy waffle sandwiches. And I said, well, okay. They're like, oh, we feed him y'all feeding this little baby real food. So since they said they were feeding him real food, I said, well, okay, y'all want me to fix him a plate? I'll fix him a plate of a chicken leg, some baked beans, macaroni and cheese. So they looked at me and went to laughing. I was really serious. I'm like, he eating everything else. Why not just give him some? So what was funny about the little boy? Because if you bought food over, he would just snatch it out your hand. Like the um one of the grandmothers, she had some lemonade. How about the little boy snatch the little boy snatched the lemonade out of her hand and it fell out of her hand and she dropped it. I said to myself, this little boy off the chain. So we goes in there. Rhonda says she gonna make them a mixed drink and somewhat. Rhonda had her something to drink, but Rhonda had her something to drink on an empty stomach. So Rhonda was a little, "Ooh," but she could contain herself. It was just a little mixed little drink and everything. But since she had it on an empty stomach, Rhonda done went in them folks' kitchen tomorrow. She gonna make empty drinks, and I'm standing behind her. And she go to pour the stuff in the glass. How about she poured this stuff on the floor? Then gonna talk about some oops. I'm like, Rhonda, you don't see where the glass is at? She talking about, oh, it's just a little, I didn't mean to. Rhonda, you actually poured that stuff on the floor. Rhonda, I said, Rhonda, you poured that stuff on the floor. You don't need to be talking about some, you going to make somebody. You just exaggerating. No, I'm not, because I was standing up here watching. It was a difference if it was a little bit. She done poured this stuff on them. I said, somebody, y'all need to take this stuff from her. She trying to make her. And she told me, I didn't know that wine was going to have me like that. If you ate it on an empty stomach, what you thought it was going to have you? So she done poured that stuff. So she told me, some go get her something to go wipe up off the floor or something. Like, you went go get wipe up off the floor. So Miss Bradshaw come in. She came in. I said, Rhonda called herself making somebody. I said she's just pouring mixed drink all on your floor. Talking about some oops. She was trying to pour it in the glass. I said she can't tell where the countertop is. She up there pouring it on the floor. Like, what is this? Oh, I'm sitting up there. I said it was so amazing because I'm like, Rhonda, let's get back to this little baby. This little baby, the little baby that's 5 to 7 months old. It was so funny because I done set up in these people's house. I done ate this big old plate because I didn't go to bed till late that night. So I'm sitting up there. I done ate this big old plate and I done got in Mr. and Mrs. Bradshaw Lazy Boy and I'm kicked it back. Kick off your shoes and relax your feet. Party on down to the escape. Just kicking. I done kicked it back. And I done went to sleep. Now, just because I'm asleep, I'm cognizant of stuff that's going on around me. So next thing I know, I just feel something just flip up on my face. And I'm like, what is going on? Then I feel some take it off my face, and then they kind of put it over me. It was a blanket. And I'm like, what is going on? So the grandmother, Miss Bradshaw mom, whom she's the ringleader, that is her name, she comes up. She comes up. You must went to bed late last night. Did you work? You up there asleep. Oh, okay. You didn't must be tired. I'm sitting up there. I'm like, this like I said, the ringleader is off the train. She don't look me in my face. Now at this time, I'm trying to wake up. So little Miss Beyonce, she's standing over there. And so one of the grandmothers had the baby. And so Mind you, I said the lady, she had some lemonade and it got knocked out of her hand. Well, the baby was hungry. The baby was hungry, and I was sitting up there. And so one thing that I notice a lot about children, I've been around children, children have different cries and everything. Now, sometimes when I'm around children, they have these children that just "Wah, wah, wah," and just screaming to the. Well, this baby, he don't do that. This baby sounds an alarm. So I'm sitting up there because I'm halfway waking up, but I'm still paying attention to what's going on around me. So the grandmother, she tell Romeo, whom is the baby daddy, she tell Romeo, I think he hungry. You go get him some milk. Romeo said, yeah, 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 yeah. I go get him some. I go, cause Romeo had to make the milk. Well, the little boy, he looking around because he's wondering, and I'm watching the little boy. He's wondering like, oh, okay, I done told y'all I'm hungry. Don't nobody want to move. So the little boy say, ah. He stops, and I'm looking at the little boy. I'm like, is he crying? I'm like, this little boy, he doesn't cry. He sounds an alarm. So the grandmother who holding him, she say, he hungry. Romeo, where you at with the now Romeo in the kitchen. I can see Romeo. Romeo ain't getting this baby no milk. He in there holding conversation with other people in there. They done got into a whole nother conversation. Now she done told you this boy is crying and he want his milk. And so I'm like, okay. So the little boy, he's between 5 to 7 months old. He looked like he said, oh, so don't nobody want to move? Don't nobody want to respond to I'm hungry? So now he gets louder. Ah! So I burst out and go to laugh. I'm over there laughing. Little Miss Beyonce, she talking about some. Larry? What are you so over there tickle about? Because I'm over there laughing because I'm like, this little boy is telling y'all he's hungry. Nobody's not responding. Romeo, you in the kitchen, you having a conversation like this lady never like she never told you that this baby is hungry. So she said, is you gonna bring him some milk? He hungry. That little baby say, oh, you still don't want to respond, huh? So I'm over there laughing. He's not actually saying that. I'm kind of like reading what babies say. He's like, oh, nobody still don't want to respond, huh? That little baby sat there. He gets louder. I'm over there cracking up. Little Miss Beyonce, she said, what is going on with Larry? He is over there because I was about to urinate on myself because it was so funny. Because next thing I know, she say, you need to the lady say, you need to bring that baby his milk. Next thing I know, little Romeo is jumping over chairs with here go the milk, here go his milk. I was having a conversation. Your grandmama say, instead of you having a conversation, you need to have been bringing this child his milk. Like, this child is hungry. So next thing I know, they went to go give the baby the milk. He snatched it out. Give me my milk. I'm hollered long enough for y'all. Y'all act like y'all don't. He put it in his mouth. I'm still over there laughing. I say, I like this little baby. And at the same time, Miss Energizer Bunny, she done reached over there and grabbed her rib, and she was running all around the house. They could not catch her. They could not catch her. That was the one that looked me up and down. They couldn't catch her. I said, y'all must actually replenish their Energizer Duracell batteries before y'all came over here. She ran by me. Don't let her go by there. I know y'all ain't talking to me about don't let her go by there because I am not trying to catch Miss Energizer Duracell Bunny. No. We will let you all run after her. So then we maneuvers Miss Rhonda up there. Miss Rhonda, we actually goes to play this game. It's called the Battle of the Sexes. I didn't know how to play that game. I thought, well, in my mind, when it was like the Battle of the Sexes, I was like, oh, here we go again. We about to play some game where you talk about sex, private parts, and everything else, and probably get to reveal secret information and go into Pandora's box. Okay. So I was like, Rhonda, is that how you play the game? Rhonda was like, so now Rhonda's trying to keep her composure because she haven't morphed yet. You know, like Mighty Morphin Power Rangers. Because she's so busy giving them people white lady. So she says, no, Larry, that is not how you play the game. I said, oh. Because we was already, she asked me to put, prior to that, she asked me, I had made my plate. So she told me to put my plate on something, and I didn't know what she was saying, put it on. So she started getting annoyed with me, but she was trying to keep her composure. And so when I realized what she was telling me to put the plate on, I started trying to put the plate. I said, you mean up way up there on top of that cabinet? And she talking about some, no, Larry. She talking about some, oh, Miss Bradshaw. What he trying to do is push my buttons. She talking about, but I ain't gonna let him. And I looked at her and I said, not yet. Or trust me, I know how to go in the computer lab and start slamming down stuff and then cause an explosion. So we get to this game. This is where stuff started taking off with this barbecue, with this game. This is where stuff started going around the curve with this game. It all started with this game. That's when all the mess broke loose with this game. So you had Miss Rhonda sitting at the table. I'm sitting beside Miss Rhonda. Then you got little Miss Beyonce. Then you got Miss Supermodel that's sitting beside her. Then you got Romeo, whom is sitting beside me. Now, like exactly where I'm sitting, I could look to my left this way, which would be my left, your right, and see the kitchen. So Romeo was sitting to a place where his back was facing the kitchen. So when we was playing the game, Rhonda is explaining. Now, none of us, this is the craziest thing. How do you sit down and play a game that nobody have a clue on how to play the game? So I have Romeo and the other guy that I have them laughing. I say, you know what? I said, how we sitting up here playing a game that nobody else don't know how to play? So Rhonda reading the directions. I said, this is some dumb stuff. I said, how you sit up here and you read? How we sitting up here? We all, I said, we in class. We don't have no teacher. We trying to learn the lesson on our own because ain't no teacher here to teach. Cause all of us trying to learn this lesson. So they up there just laughing. So Rhonda, she reading the directions. And she told me, you need to be listening. I told Romeo and that other guy, I said, I don't need to be listening because I'm going to remix this game on how I want it to be. I'm going to play this game how I want to play it. I'm going to create my own rules. I said, don't nobody know how to play this game anyway. So we went to playing the game. Now we trying to figure out how to play the game as we play the game. What kind of crap is that? So the game gets interesting. Because, with the Battle of the Sexes, it's something about the male read the females a card, and they have to try to guess like what type of stuff the man is doing based upon the card. And it's the opposite with the females. They read the males a card, and we have to try to guess what, like the females and stuff like that. It's like different questions like, oh, okay, which one of these you think the female, it was something about which one of these brushes, as I read the question, as the female read the question, which one of these brushes do women use to blush? So they had like 5 brushes and you had to select, is it 1, 2, 3, 4, 5? And you had to select which one of the brushes that they use blush with. So we sitting there, we just playing the game. So in the midst of playing the game, because all of this took a turn at the same time. In the midst of playing the game, Miss Peaches, pay attention, walks through the door. Miss Peaches come through the door through the garage, which led to the kitchen. So Miss Peaches comes in, and Miss Peaches, she's not no. Let me just go ahead and say it. Miss Peaches is a nice looking young lady, perfect body and everything. And let me see, where is this thing at? Because I call myself. I thought I had did it, but I guess I can't do it now. I thought I could. I'm gonna see can I do it real quick. Y'all just gonna have to bear with me because I was supposed to have something that went with this. Or do I have it? I don't know. Y'all probably like, how you just gonna stop and because I can. Let's see here. Oh, so Miss Peaches, she walked through the door.
Genesexual status older than most pairs.
See this thing. She walks through the door, but Miss Peaches, so she walks through the door, everyone turns around. Which, mind you, Miss Peaches, she's nice. So all I have to do is go like this. I'm like, oh, okay, I see who it is. But let me interject this other character. Nautica, Adam informed her, I'm trying to use her to actually get in the game because Nautica is Romeo's wife. So I'm trying to strategize and utilize her in the midst of the game. So, little Miss Beyonce, she gets her to come in. She get her to come in and when she get her to come in, she get involved playing the game. Now, mind you, Romeo is here, but when Nautica gets in with the game, Nautica is standing over here, so Nautica can see that way in the kitchen. She does not have to turn around, but at the same time, Nautica can also see Romeo. Peaches walked through their door. I look, because I'm like, oh, okay. But everybody trying to want, some people trying to wonder who she is. I'm trying to wonder who she is. I like to know who I'm around. So she goes in the kitchen. She looking around. I guess they told some food in there. Romeo looks. Romeo, I'm going to sit like how he was sitting. Because he's sitting on the other side. Romeo looks, and I'm sitting right beside him. Romeo so when he do that, Nautica say, Romeo, Romeo, turn around. You are married. So I'm kind of letting all of this like play. See, yeah, that part came out. Because see what was actually the spin to that? That part came out. Because what was the spin to that? Because it was being portrayed as, oh, Romeo just turned around and looked. No, Romeo was looking like he was with his home. Oops. Romeo, I'm so sorry. No, I'm not. Stop lying. Romeo turned around and looked like he was with his homeboys. He was looking like he was with his homeboys, and a fine, sexy chick had just walked by. Damn. Like how Smokey did on Friday when Nia Long had walked. Dang! And I'm sitting up there. So everything started taking off right then and there. Because then me and Rhonda started getting into it called Prince Charming came in and introduced, hey, what's going on? Hey, how's it going? Everybody. Don't introduce yourself. So we include Prince Charming in the game. So Prince Charming is already playing the game. So things are taking off. We got things going on in motion right as I speak. You got Romeo over here, Monica's fuming fire, upset because Romeo turned around and he done turned around and looked at this girl like, and I'm like, boy, you done got your head stuck. What she did, his head was stuck. When I say his head was, he was in the transit. What he saw, I'm like, okay, I thought he was gonna lay his head in my lap just to see. He got stuck in a trance. So she actually, they was upset and everything. And, you know, she stormed off. He was trying to talk to her. If you're gonna talk to her, you better just say you sorry. You shouldn't have did it. So me and Rhonda, we getting into it. So I'm trying to portray it off like, the game ended because of me and Rhonda. 'Cause me and Rhonda, we were getting into it. When I tell you she had morphed into Rhonda, she talking about some we was up there cheating during the game. Now Prince Charming, he reading the card. And so when Romeo walked off, Romeo walked by Prince Charming, but Romeo wasn't coming back because he had a situation he needed to diffuse. And I don't anything go well neither. So he actually, so Rhonda stands up and grabbed that card out that man's hand. And I'm looking at her and I'm looking at him, and because he didn't too much say that much because he was trying to flirt with Miss Rhonda. So he actually, I'm standing up there and I'm sitting there listening. And so I'm like, how you gonna just take that card out that man in? This ain't how you play that game. He up there cheating. Y'all can't. I said, but you can't take that card out that man hand like that. I said, you're not even supposed to look at that card because the card is for them. How she gonna? She done set up there and read the card. She got her whole hand because she had went and got her nails done and she had gotten them them claw fingernails, the ones that's pointed and you juke somebody in the eye and you can pluck their eye out with and they pointed and she went and got her nails done. She got her whole hand over the card. I said, you can't do so. I can do it. I said, Rhonda has morphed fully. So I look at him. I said, how you gonna let her take that card out your hand? I said, now how? So I sat up there. I said, now Prince Charming, I want you to read the question back to me. Cause see, I had to know the question. It wasn't like I didn't remember the question. He told me something. I said, read the question. I said, see, you need the card. I said, Rhonda, he need the card. You got to give him back that card. He done read the question. I said, not asked him to read it again. Now, mind you, Rob, we going at it head to head. Cause she going at it. Romeo and Naka, they going. He done had to run out the door, flee the scene, all of this stuff here. So I'm saying to myself, we getting into it. He can't do it. You can't do that. You can't take that card out that man and get a card back. He need to read the question. You remember the question? I don't remember. That's why I asked him to read it. So how you supposed to read the card again? And then so people started quitting the game. People was already quitting the game because they had already quit because of what had happened. So he actually well Rhonda she done actually got the card. So she talking about well everybody else is I said they quit because you up here bullying people. I said you bullying people, bet you wouldn't have took no card out of my hand. I bet I would have too. I said, oh yeah. Yeah, she got the right one to my taking a card out of my hand. So we get over there to Miss Bradshaw. And so we actually, she tell Miss Brashad, she said, well, tomorrow they done left because we had to end the game because they were cheating. I said we weren't cheating. I said you were bullying. I wasn't bullying. I said you were bullying. I said you don't think taking that cord out the man hand that's not bullying when y'all go because y'all were cheating. No, we weren't cheating. So you don't think taking that cord out that man hand that's not cheating? That's not cheating. That's bullying. I said you had your hand over and I asked him how was he supposed to reread the you should have remembered. I said and you don't think that's bullying? Maybe you might need to go in the school system and let them help you define what bullying is. So she tell me that ain't bullying. So mind you, I see Romeo come back through the kitchen, go to the back door, and he goes outside. I'm like, what is back there? Ain't nobody back there in the backyard. So he's on the patio just walking back and forth. But I see him on the phone. Well, as I dived in certain conversations, he was on the phone talking to Nautica because he trying to calm her down and explain. The only thing you have to do is say, "I'm sorry, I shouldn't have did that." What are you trying to explain? So he on the phone trying to explain and everything. So I said, "Oh, okay." I said, "Oh, hmm, okay, I got." I said, "Yeah." So things started taking off. That's when I saw things start. What is going on? Things start taking off this barbecue. It started going left field because Romeo trying to defuse a situation. Oh my goodness. Why did it go there? They just won't let me be great. That's how this barbecue started turning. It started getting on fire. Yeah, this barbecue, that's when it started getting on fire. When Romeo and Nautica that so Romeo and Nautica they end up leaving. It was starting to get late. So Rhonda was getting ready to leave. Now, before I go talk about Rhonda wore this dress, and it was more of a conservative dress, but it was a dress like you would wear it to a barbecue, but it was like a little. It was dressed up but dressed down dress at the same time. It was like a dress that came past, if I'm not mistaken, it came past her knees, but it had like I think a split in it, if I'm not mistaken, and it had like a cape to it. So it was a nice looking dress. It's one of them dresses that you wear. It's not too tight, but it's not too loose. It's one of them dresses that you wear like when you've been, if you work out, because Rhonda does work out, you work out and you know you have a shape and everything with your body. You know you have a Miss Phaedra booty, and then you have the whole package to where you know you can flaunt that dress and you could walk in and take the attention. So she had on one of those dresses. So we goes out in the yard and we walks a little bit over the road because Rhonda was parked across the road. And so we up there talking, this Miss Bradshaw and myself, little Miss Beyonce and Miss Supermodel and Prince Charming, he's over there too. And so we over there talking and everything. Mind you, Rhonda is facing me. So that means it was some guys like in front of the garage, about 8, 5, 6, 7. And so they could see Rhonda, so they could see all of what she was working with in the back. They could really see that dress. I mean, it wasn't no see-through dress, but you can see, oh yes, Miss Rhonda works out. So now when I noticed when we walked outside, these guys halfway was sitting down. They were halfway sitting down. Mr. Bradshaw was on the grill, he was grilling. But the guys that were halfway sitting down, some of them was standing up. When I tell you, when I tell you, when Miss Rhonda was facing me and they could see all of her, mean they saw, oh, that dress fits her body so good. It wasn't tight. No, it was not tight. It was a very conservative dress. It's one of those dresses that you can get away with wearing when you actually work out and you know you have a body and everything. And so she faced me and I'm looking at the guys got out their chair and they looking directly at Rhonda. They looking directly at Rhonda. I say, oh, okay.
The yard and they're like, it's better than yours, damn right. It's better than yours, I could teach you, but I have to charge. My milkshake brings all the boys to the yard and they're like, it's better.
Whew. So I tell me, I said, ooh, Rhonda, you getting all the attention. I said, them guys, they all standing up. They looking at you. So Rhonda shifts positions where she was standing. She stands on this side. She stands on this side. So they still looking. I said, oh, okay. I said, this is so funny. When I tell you, then after that, we left. When I tell you going to a barbecue and it goes ham at the midst of the end, it was so funny. And so Miss Bradshaw gonna ask me, did you get lots of content? She gonna say, did you get lots of content? Content. They go use some content right there. I say, she is worse than me with this content. I said, I be trying to be mindful and everything. I said, but I had to tell y'all about this barbecue from Saturday. And that's why, sometimes people be mindful. Now, people be mindful, like inviting me, because they tell me, all he do is just sit there and create. No, I don't be creating content because sometimes I can actually take a scenario and flip it around, change the narrative, change this and that. You'll never know what I'm talking about. Change the scenery because we did have to drive to Macon, Georgia. Oh, thank you so much for tuning in. Ooh, that's good going to good barbecues. Thank you so much for tuning in to Say It Larry J. I am your host, Larry J. Thank you so much. Make sure you click that like button, subscribe button, and share button. Yeah, share button as well, and that notification button. You all enjoy your night, and thank you so much. Bye.